I am tired of this talk AK, man. But it still does the job though, right? Yes, I know. But I want to look cool, you know? Why don't you just go to Playtonia.com, man? Play what?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is OLDBEAR, also known as Siddarth Prashanth, and joining me for today is going to be once more.
This is TANGENBERG, also known as Sriram, Vishaal, and we are here for the first shot CSGO tournament playoffs, which is gonna go live right now, as we will be looking at a match between AOES
and Alter Ego Esports. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, the lower bracket round 3. So whoever is going to be losing in this game right now will be going home. And the winner is going to be making their way into
the lower bracket finals, and that will be a best of 3 as well. So, you know, that's really gonna get down to the wire. We're gonna see a lot of impeccable plays in the matches.
A lot of map strats to be particular, because as we have seen yesterday, the new map which was introduced into the CSGO official matchmaking roster, being Vertigo, was actually played in this tournament. So we will be seeing a little bit of map strats, because I believe Sky Esports versus MYNZ. Sky Esports did prove that they have practiced that map quite a lot. Their smokes are impeccable, and the way they have been playing, it feels like the amount of practice they have in that map, it seems to be quite a little bit more than the other teams which are in the tournament. So maybe, you know, specialization maps will be coming into play. And talking about maps, actually,
it's just about, yeah, exactly. It's just not about your skills as well as your strategies, which are actually coming into play. Your knowledge of the map is gonna is actually gonna prove as a vital factor heading into the games, because that's what happened in the previous game. Because MYNZ, they have been playing pretty well in the first few rounds. They eventually had beaten Dark Horse once in the first or the second round or something like that, and they were actually dropping down to the low bracket. But then, if you're gonna look at how they were able to get down there, it was pretty sad to see a team like that losing out on a new map.
You know, they were the real dark horse of the tournament.
I mean, not really, but if you're going to look at that, it's quite sad that they weren't able to execute the way they were doing in the previous rounds, and that eventually led to their defeat in Vertigo. And I think that's one of the reasons why you really don't need to try out maps which you're not that great with, or maybe you could have gone for those comfort picks. And I know there are going to be bans and everything out there, but then it's always a safer option to go for a map which you think is somewhat comfortable with y'all, because the way MYNZ had played in the previous map, their smokes and executions were not that up to point, because sometimes when you're looking at it, they were not looking at the places where they were supposed to, and that I would attribute that to lack of map knowledge or something like that, as I think that's something which I don't think we will be seeing in this game, because this is gonna be a map where we have already casted a few games on, and that happens to be Train. So I'm really intrigued to see who's gonna win this one and who's gonna go home, because AOES and Alter Ego Esports have fought a long way down here, and this would be it. After this is gonna be a BO3 after this game, that is. So it's all to play for, and also for the lion's share of the prize pool of $2,400, which the top 8 teams will be getting as well. So there's a lot of factors coming to it, and I think there's actually a really good game coming in front of us.
And yeah, without any further ado, we will be going into the game AOES versus Alter Ego Esports. But ladies and gentlemen, do your deed, and go down in the comment sections below and start debating on who do you think is going to be the victor of this match, because I know you have been following this tournament for quite a while now. You must have an idea. Maybe you have a bias towards any one of these teams. Go ahead and root for them. And if you want to know what other tournaments we have in store for you, go ahead and like Playtonia's Facebook page, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram, so you don't miss out on any esports scene which is going to be coming from us. And I guess we are going to be getting into the game right now. AOES versus Alter Ego Esports. The ninth round is going to be underway, and I think this is a little bit familiar with a lot of you guys. I would usually pick the CT side for Train, and I think Tango. What would you actually pick?
No, I'll probably go with the T side because it's not really pretty easy for you to start with the T side and maybe just try to pile on those rounds so that it'll be easier for me when I will be heading on to the CT side at the second half. And I think Alter Ego Esports could be doing the same thing, but no, it does. It looks like they are switching. However, they are going to start out with the CTs. Maybe try to pick a good lead out there and maybe put the pressure on them on the opponents, I guess.
Yeah,
Because
set the pace early on in the game, and then worry about going forward with that. I guess that is the name of the strat for Alter Ego Esports. And by the way, Alter Ego Esports in their previous game in top 8, they actually demolished their opponents, and we will be seeing them
And
going
in fact,
against.
it was in the same map of train as well because we had seen Woogie making those ballsy plays at B side and trying to just get onto the
Yeah,
lower part
Tsukamoto
as
playing
well.
from heaven most of the time, and we will be seeing round one underway. We see Vugi is gonna be pushing from Ivy, trying to see if he can get a pick or
But then
something.
we actually see all the T's making their way onto SL and they are making their way on A. However, we just have about a couple of guys making their way on Ivy as well as CD spawn, and let's see how this is going to work out because I think the bomb is going to get planted pretty easily right now. So it's just about the retake to see whether AOES can defend this. But looks though as if it's going to be 3 USP shots onto the heads of the AOES players, and that's going to be 2 for RevengeX as well. And ZXC has already got 4. He's almost going to get his ace, but no, Cole is going to shut him out. But that's going to be Tsukamoto who is going to take down Cole, who was actually tagged for a lot of damage by ZXC. So that's going to be about 4 kills and an assist for him. And
That was
Tsukamoto taking a
really
kill as
good.
well as the bomb defuse, and that's going to be a lot of money coming in their way. I think AOES should be going for the pistol probably because they had planted the bomb as well.
Well, that was extremely good positioning coming from ZXE right there. You saw 3 kills lined up right in front of him, and he got that kill onto the connectors right there, near the connectors, and that was pretty much a really good play, which has secured the round for Alter Ego
And
Esports.
so, what do you think about this game? Who do you think is gonna come out victorious in this, and who do you think
Well,
is gonna
it
go
looks
home?
like Alter Ego Esports. I have seen them playing in train previously, and I have to give it to them. Like, I'm not gonna pull out any punches. I think these guys have it sorted out. As we see, ZXC, he is gonna be buying that AUG, and he does manage to spot out a person over at T mains. And he's going to be playing this a little bit slowly, but he needs to be careful because right behind him are the players. No, he picks up the smoke and he's going to be getting killed by Cold right there with that deagle. And Cold is going to be reclaiming that AUG. He knows there is going to be a guy near the bomb train. He retreats back there, tries to regroup with his team, trying to make the execute happen over at A side. Tsukamoto with that incendiary grenade is going to throw it down over at T main, but
But the eagle
Zephyrus.
shots coming out there from Sephiroth is really botching it for a lot of time, and that's not going to be any kill coming in his favor. But then they just have both pistols, and the guy with the AOG is going to go down as well. And so is Vision, as Woogie is going to get a couple of kills out there. Tsukamoto making his way onto the boost, onto connectors, but the bomb has been planted on B, and they really took about 3 or 4 seconds to realize that. And also, as if they are making their rotations out there, EYX is going to get that one shot through the eagle. He is in a really good position, right in between of 2 smokes, but Woogie is going to spot him out. Or probably just spam through the smoke and kill him right now, as Woogie has spotted the last person who happens to be RevengeX with is CZ and eventually blinding him. But he is trying to spam it out with the CZ, but that's going to be probably going to be it can be a diffuse, I guess. I'm not really
It
sure.
can be because Tsukamoto has a diffuse kit, and that is going to be a pretty easy diffuse coming out for Alter Ego Esports. AOBS, they had it very close, and they did manage to get a lot of those kills right there. We have to give credit to Sephiroth with that deagle, getting that kill uh, onto ZXC initially over at Ivy, and then focusing on getting that kill near the guy who was playing over at the connectors area. And we do see Alter Ego Esports, they are looking to be pretty good right now, but AOVS, they have full bot right there. They all have the same buys right now. 5 AKs and all the utilities just matching ahead. And we are going to be looking at Fosmark. He is going to be playing over at B side solo. And I guess it's not that surprising since 3 people from the side of Alter Ego Esports are going to be playing right near connectors. So They can make the rotation as soon as possible when required. And we see the smoke setup coming over at A. Maybe this is going to be a bait. So Fosmark is
They
going to
are
be
actually
backing
making
off.
their way onto A. There's no point of them waiting out once they put the mollies and smokes because this should be a pretty easy A if they are going to execute that. But they are actually botching it out, and Luxo as well is going to get one, and EYX is going to trade it out right now as Vision has a clear idea where ZXE is, and he's going to get him down as well. But then it's going to be a 3-on-1 again, and Vision is going to go and try to get the bomb as well. So that's not going to really help him out. But then it's going to be one more kill out there for Vision. So he is actually trying to clutch this out right now. It's a 1-on-2 at the moment. And we also see Sukamoto with his traditional spot out there right on the heavens, and he does not realize that Frostmoke is right next to him. However, so Vision is still trying to spot out Frostmoke, but he has no idea that he's just right in front of him. And let's see whether he can spot him out right now, because the positioning of both these CTs are pretty good and they can easily cover themselves pretty easily. But no, Vision is going to get one. He's actually going to get his third in this round, and Frostmoke being the last person alive for the CT side, he's watching the bomb and he could probably spot out Vision out there. Vision is going to show his back, and that's the mistake, and that is going to make sure that Frostmoke is going to make him pay for that. That's going to be 3 rounds in
That
a
was
row for.
actually very good patience coming from Fosmark. As soon as the kill was there onto one of his teammates, he could have actually went for the peak, but no, he knew that the bomb was still left out there. He knew that the guy had to come all the way to reclaim that bomb. So he waited patiently, and you saw it right there. He had enough cover. He knew, okay, if this guy is going to be coming behind the red train, I have cover. If he's going to be coming behind the blue train, I have cover. And that is how he played it, and he played it extremely well, and that is going to be forcing AOES to go for a force right now. And we see Boogie, he's going to be watching his first shot right there. Let's see if he's going to go for a repeat, but EYX has made his way onto the catwalk towards the upper right now. So Vuki has given out the information, and I guess the rotations will be made slowly. But Cold, he's going to get caught out by ZXE over at Ivy with the AUG. And Vuki, he is positioning himself properly so he can catch off the guy who's going to be pushing over onto upper. But we see Vision, he is going to be climbing onto that blue train, and Tsukamoto is going to be getting that first kill to the guy who's coming towards the A side. So this has forced AOES to back off a little bit, and I expect
They're not
them
really
to.
backing off for that. The reason why they are backing off the bomb is still at T-base, and they're just going to go and reclaim that because that's the most ideal thing one must do out here, because they still don't have the bomb and they really can't go for any sides. But then we are going to look at a 3-2 setup right now for all three Go Esports. We see about three guys making their way on A, while about just a couple of them at B, one of them at side and one at upper. While when we are looking at the A side, we see a guy making his way right outside the teammate. So this could probably get him a lot of kills out here if he's going to spot them out. They might just line in sight, but then he is going to go down. Zephyrus is going to have the better angle out there, and that's going to be one person down for Alter Ego Esports at A side. While we are going to see the guy at Ivy falling back right there, and Lesser is going to rally up his troops out there. We see about three guys at A at this moment. Zephyrus is going to make his way out there. Spray is going to get botched out there as ZXE is going to get a couple of kills out there, and that is going to be another round there for Alter Ego Esports. 4-0 is the scoreline. What a shot coming out there from ZXE. He was able to get the one guy who was at Ivy, and then he was able to line down a couple of guys who were making their way from teammates, and that's pretty impeccable, I would say. The amount of kills he has been getting in the last 2-3 rounds, just about 3 or 4 of them, and especially the pistol round where he
And
got
right
about
now,
4.
AOES are forced onto pistols right now, and this is going to be quite tough for them because we see Alter Ego Esports, they have a lot of money to work with, and they have the guns to work with also. And we see Boogie, as usual, in the beginning of the round, going towards the ramp right there. Boogie is going to be spotting out, holding a very tight angle. He might be able to get the kill. He does manage to figure out there is going to be one guy pushing towards the inner sight right there, but he does throw down that ball. He backs off a little bit, tries to, position himself a little bit better. So just in case if they are going to be going for that push, he will be able to get that kill. Let's see right here. He has his crosshair aligned exactly where it needs to be, and he is going to be watching that first shot, and Vision is going to be getting the kill onto Boogie. So this is looking to be really good right now as Vision playing over on the upper area right here. He is going to be able to spot out Fosmark, but no, Fosmark is going to be getting that return kill, and that is going to be revenge for Woogie right here. Tsukamoto, though, over at SL, he is going to be getting the kill right there. The bomb has been dropped, and that is going to be Cold also going down as he is trying to reclaim that bomb. And we see 2 people versus 3, and Alter Ego Esports do have that advantage. Tsukamoto is going to be figuring out the location of the guy over at team mains, but the Molotov has already done the damage. Tsukamoto, oh my god, he got around 4 kills in that round, and that was quite an amazing play coming from the side of Alter Ego Esports.
I mean, it was a good round coming out there for them, and the fact that the bomb had been dropped out there was, not really adding out to their expectations, because that's clearly not what they wanted in that round. And I think that is the reason why they were not able to get this. And Sukamoto was holding his nerve out there, getting a couple of kills right at SL as well as team mains, was, I would say, the cherry on the icing, I would say. And tactical timeout coming out there from AOES, and I think that's about right at the moment they are coming out with the timeout, because they have lost about 5 rounds in a row, and I think this is just about time where they regroup and try to think about some of the strat they could probably try to come up with, because that's clearly not working out. The smokes and mollies are coming on point, but they still could not find an answer for ZXC as well as Woogie, as ZXC just holding about Ivy. He was really impeccable in that. He was able to get those guys at Ivy as well as rotate to teammates and all of that, and that's pretty good coming out there. And they still don't have an answer for that, as well as the op shots coming out there from Woogie as well as Sukamoto.
Uh,
And I think
well,
if
yeah.
they are able to shut down the oppers, and they could probably, I think that could probably get them a free side plant out there, because the problem which they are facing right now is that the moment they are entering out of team mains or they are entering out of SL, they are getting shot at by the opper connectors. So that's something which they need to work out for. And I think the usage of mollies and smokes could be kind of helpful for them should they try to do that, as we are going to see the molly coming out there from the CD side, not really helping their case. But we see a lot of barrage of smokes out there, and that's really going to affect the vision of all the people from the T side. But no, it's going to be Cole who's going to get one. He's trying for the second one, but that's really not working out, as it's going to be Smoke and ZXC who are going to clean it up. And Alter Ego Esports make sure that there is nothing which is going to change after the timeout, and that's good. That's going to be a pretty good two kill coming out there for Woogie, and which is what I was telling you about. The moment they are coming out of the teammates, they are not able to, handle the oppers coming out there from the CT side, which is something which is actually a point of worry for the T side, and it's just about now or never, because they're already 6 rounds down, and coming back from this point is gonna be really hard. And we actually see another timeout coming out there from AOES, so I'm
I
not
guess they are
surprised
getting
with that.
very desperate right now. And as you said, there is that Opera over connectors, and there is also ZXC near Ivy. And ZXC usually plays the AUG, and the AUG does lay down a lot of damage in that very closed quarter area right here, watching teammates from Ivy. So that is, as you said, that is also a factor which AOES has to consider. And it feels like Woogie right now, he's not going to be playing over at connectors. It's probably going to be Sukamoto. Boogie is going to be going towards the inner side, trying to see if he can catch a guy coming out of catwalk. And look at him, he's going a little bit aggressive. He might be able to get a pick-off or two, and he is going to be able to spot out one guy. He is going to be able to get that kill and backs off.
But
Puts
then
down the
he is
smoke.
backing off really quick, and he's going for the repeats as well. And that's a brilliant play coming out there from Wookie, because he was able to spot another guy. He just went back, just threw his smoke right on his way, and he was able to get that kill. And Smoke is going to get cold as well, who actually got traded off after taking out Woogie. So let's see where the vision can go for the plant or not, because we see all the 4 people from Alter Ego Esports making their way on a B, and I think this is about the right time where vision is going to rotate onto A and try to go for the plant. But no, it's going to be one more person who happens to be ZXC, who's making his way on A's side, and he could probably spot out the bomber, and that is going to be some information. The moment that he was going to fire at him, you can see the CT side just scattering about and trying to close in on the bomb, and that's going to be one more round out there for Alter Ego Esports. And this is what I was talking to you about. Like, as soon as he spotted one and as soon as he hit one, he spotted another guy coming right in front of him. He just went for the smoke, and that was a good play coming out there. He just made that as a distraction and just went back through the smoke and repeaked again to get another one, which is something not a lot of people would be doing. And Woogie's aggressive style has been helping Alter Ego Esports, especially in this map as well. And I think that's a force you would not want to reckon with for Alter Ego Esports. And AOES have learned that the hard way, and looks though as if they are trying to go on to SL at this point of time. We see about 3 of the T-side players making their way right on top of SL, and looks like Woogie could spot out a person out there, but I don't even know how EYX could not spot another person out there, because that's the person he is supposed to target at this point of time, because usually there are a couple of guys at B, and Boogie is the first one who was going to peak, but it was Fosmok in the previous one because they pretty much read the minds of AOES, but Tsukamoto is going to get that courtesy of the CZ, and this seems to be like a, at this point of time, it just feels like a no contest, and it's just about time where the T side decide to up their game, because it's clearly not working out for them. All those slow pushes, slow fakes, those distractions are not working out, and probably they could try to, you know, force it out and go for an aggressive push or a rush coming out there, as we are going to see them buy about 4 AKs as well as an op, a lot of utilities as well in their favor, but their economy is not really helping their favor as well. They are pretty bleak in terms of their economy, and let's see how it's going to work out. We see Tsukamoto looking at teammates, and Vugi, as usual, is going to get that first frag onto EYX, and that is going to leave them in a 4-on-4 situation for both these teams, as it was ZXE who just fell down courtesy of one more person from the T side, and that's going to be a 4-on-4 like I just said, and it's going to be Fosmok who's going to cover Boogie out there, while we are going to see Revengex and Fosmok right in front of each other, and that's going to be a flash coming out there, probably a push coming out from Fosmok. Let's see how that's going to work out for that, because they're looking at the opposite sides, and it's just about seconds or two where we are going to see a fight between both these guys, and looks though as if the Bomber as well as his teammates are making their way on a B. The smoke coming out there, the molly coming out there from Fosmok is going to give them some vital seconds, and that is going to allow the CD side to make those rotations, but the flash is going to blind them up as well as the molly, which is actually constricting him from making his way onto side. And what a play this is coming out there from the T side, but Alessa is going to be the equalizer out there, even though they tried to go for the they went for the fake, but then it's Alessa who was just holding his ground out there, because usually at that point of time you would see a person trying to backstab out there from the CT side, making his way onto the ladder, but then Alessa, he was just staying there and making sure that these guys would be making a mistake, and that is what they get paid with. And this
it feels like for every strat that Alderigo has, so every strat that AOES has, Alderigo has some sort of a contingency plan. Like they knew, okay, if these guys are not going to be pushing over at us, we have another plan. We have Alessa who's going to be covering over at A side, and he played that in SL pretty well. As we see right now, Vugi is going to be going aggressive, but not over at the inner side. He's going to be going over at the outer side, and we see the Molotovs coming over at T main. That is going to be unsettling for AOES, but they don't really know that the Opper has gotten this aggressive, and he might be able to get a pickup right now. Fosmark is going to be defending over at the inner side. Revengex, though, he is going to try to get onto SL, while Tsukamoto is going to be getting the kill onto Vision. Tsukamoto does go down to Revengex, though, so that is quite a good exchange coming right there.
But then Zephyrus is right behind Woogie out there, and he has no clear idea that both of them are right next to each other, as Revengex is going to make his way up the ladder, and he's going to get one, and Woogie has an idea that Zephyrus is going to make his way right in front of him, but he is, oh, he just spots him out, and then he just gets back out there, both of them trying to climb the same train out there, and let's see how this is going to be met, and he's going to spot him out, but the ladder is going to help him out as he is getting down out there, and ZXC is going to cover him up with that shot coming out there from the off, and Woogie is going to live to fight another day. That's going to be another 2k for him, as they are just running away with this. 10-0 is the scoreline for them. Just look at that, Tsukamoto getting that flick, a nasty flick coming out there, but this is what I have been telling about. The problem with the T side is that they are able to get those molly at this point of time. They are getting those mollies and utilities onto connectors or wherever the oppers are, but as soon as they do that, they are quite hesitating to get inside and try to pick a fight, because the moment you are unsettling the opper, you're giving yourself some time so that you can go and take a fight, but then when you are actually gonna, play it really safe out there, that's really not gonna be of any use for you, because that's something which you would not want to happen, as Boogie in this round, in the 11th round, is going to get that first frag again, yet again. This seems like, there have been some things which are really constant, just like how Boogie is going to get those first frags at B and make that a second at this point of time. A nasty flick coming out there is going to get the second kill onto the T side, as this is now a 5-on-3, make it a 5-on-1, and he's going to get the third kill onto Cole, and Zephyrus is going to spot down ZXC, but he's going to take him down as well, and he gets an off as well, and there is a guy pushing out there, he could probably get him as well. 1-on-3 is the situation right now, as Zephyrus has a really he's got a really big task out there. He's got to get back to teammate to get the bomb, and there is a guy at SL who will be watching that side as well. So this is going to be really tricky out there. Alessa is just inches away from watching him, and he still hasn't spotted him. And Sephiroth should be looking back right now, because if he's not, that's going to be he's going to meet his end courtesy of Alessa, and rightly said that's going to be the case again. And Alter Ego Esports are picking up the 11th round right now. Looks like AOES are just
Crumble
on the brink of the exit. I would say they're just like inches away from getting back home, because the way they have been playing right now is quite subpar in this kind of situation.
I don't
when
feel
you
like
are in the loser
AOES
bracket semi-finals or something like that. Even if you're not going to lose really bad, at least I think like you should be putting up some kind of fight. But the problem is they are hesitating. Initially, they were rushing it out, they were pushing it, they were playing a little aggressive. That didn't work out. But then it's going to be pretty hard if you are doing the right thing and then not following up with whatever is supposed to be done. And right now it's just Woogie all the way at B, because
yeah,
it
he's
hasn't
not
been a
contested.
single time that the T side have made the plant successfully whenever Woogie has been at B. So this is something which is a point of concern for AOES.
I believe AOES only got 2 bomb plants in this complete game, just the first 2 rounds. After that, they have not been able to push onto side properly because they are getting picked off one by one. And as you said, maybe a little bit more aggression from AOES could work out in their favor. But I feel like we can't blame AOES. I feel like Alter Ego Esports, their skill on this map in particular, it's just a little bit more. It's just a tad above what AOES are capable of as of now. And it looks like AOES are going to be playing that a little bit passive. ZXC is going to try to go for the pick, but no. Sadly, EYX is going to be getting that kill onto Alessa right now. Vision, he's going to try to get the kill
but then Tsukamoto is going to get a 3 kill out there. What a shot coming out there. That is a beautiful play coming out there. He was able to get those 3 quick frags onto them. ZXC getting the first one, and Ivy. Just look at that. Just about 2 kills, and that was the third. And it was actually a 4K coming out there from Tsukamoto. All of them coming out there from the teammates, and he was just able to line them up one after the other. And that's commendable play coming out there. I think the strength for Alter Ego Esports has always been their teamwork as well as their positioning of their oppers, because whatever they are doing, it's not that there is an opper playing really just one of them playing aggressive and one of them playing passive and covering them up. But that clearly has not been the case for Alter Ego Esports, because whenever you're looking at both the oppers, in this case Boogie as well as Tsukamoto, they usually don't stick to one place. They just keep moving, they just keep repeaking, and that is something which is coming in their way, and that is something which they wouldn't want to change, because they are getting those rounds. And as you can see, it's already 13-0. That round was really quick. I wasn't even able to complete what I wanted to say, but then that's how they are playing. And it's really sad to see a team like AOES which has come all the way up till here to have such a scoreline at this point of time, I would say.
Like a honorable defeat, as my words would tell. Honorable defeats are certainly respectable things, but it looks like AOES, I guess they can't really contest the way Alter Ego Esports are playing. And look at this, Boogie as usual is going to try to get the pickup, is going to be failing that. The first shot is going to be watched up right there, but we see Frostmark right behind Boogie. He is going to give him some cover, but we do see Vision. He is going to be able to get that kill onto ZXC, but Alessa and Boogie will be able to return that twofold by getting 2 kills. And we see the Molotov coming in. That is going to force out EYX to back off right now, so the inner side is going to be free. But we do see RevengeX. He's going to be getting the kill onto Tsukamoto, and EYX is going to be playing from SL. He's going to be dropping down, trying to get onto side, but RevengeX needs to be careful. There is going to be a guy inside. He's going to be watching the first shot, and that is going to be Alessa getting 2 kills in a row. The bomb has been dropped, and Woogie, he is going aggressive. He knows that EYX is right down there, but no, he did not have his gun up, and he is going to pay for that with his life. EYX is trying to peek over at teammates. He knows there is going to be there. The guy is going to be there covering that bomb right now, and he does not have a choice. He has to go out and get that bomb, else he will have to save this AWP, because things are not looking that good. 13-0 in the favor of Alter Ego Esports, and AOES at least need to claim 1 round to show off that, okay, these guys have something. These guys still have a fight going on. But
and this is a good position to be in, defending the bomb, because that's really not going to EYX, I'm pretty sure he's not catch him off guard out there, because it's going to be a pretty easy round for him if he's going to get it over. He just went in before the smoke could even disperse out there. That's going to be 1 more round there for Alter Ego Esports. I think they really had this round. They could have just probably got this round and make sure that the CT side was not ending on a perfect half by a 15-0. But then it's quite sad how he just, he was pretty curious and just went out before even the smoke would, come out there, and that really cost him his life and his team about that one round, which they have been waiting for about for 14 rounds. And this is literally the scenario of the game. They're not able to get those chances. They even when they are getting those chances, they're not able to make the most of them. As we are going to see about 3 ops coming in for Alter Ego Esports at this point of time. Usually we have just been seeing about 2 ops coming in for Boogie as well as Sukamoto, but this time we're going to see about 3 of them. Revengex is going to make his way onto Ivy, but he's going to be met upon by Sukamoto, and we see the rest of the T side making their way out there on to B as well as SL. But we are going to see Sephiroth, who's going to go and take down First Smoke, as we are going to see Alessa out there, and he is going to get met upon by Cole's op out there, and it's going to be a 3-on-3 at this point of time. Sephiroth is going to fall to his own death, and it's going to be ZXE who's going to take down one with a beautiful shot coming out there from the op, and EYX is going to take down Sukamoto, and this is now a 2-on-2 at this point of time. The bomb is still yet to be planted, 1 minute remaining, however, so they've got ample amount of time to get this plant done. And Vision is going to get Woogie down as well. So it's all about ZXC, whether he can actually achieve this first perfect half, but that clearly is not going to be the case. EYX just making that plant and just switching back and taking him down is going to make sure that they are at least going to get 1 round in this half, and that is going to make sure that the CTs are not going to get a perfect half. And let's see what AOES have in store in the second half. Can they actually try to, try to do the impossible, I would say?
Well, I'm not gonna be betting on it. I think that these guys need to pack up their clothes. Figuratively saying it, because this is an online tournament. But AOES, I believe right now they don't have a lot going for them. Maybe the fact that they have the CT side might work out in their favor, because the amount of cover that you do get over at the CT side is just a little bit more, and the amount of rotations that you can make from the CT side is a little bit easier. And we see Sephiroth, he's going to be playing over
so it's
from
been
Ivy.
like literally AOES have nothing to lose at this point of time, so they can just play it out really with their own game and see if they can probably get this round as well, because clearly whatever stats they had been working on for the first half was clearly not working out for them, as we are going to see ZXC trying to get one more person out here, and he's going to get that as well. And 5-on-1 is the scoreline, and looks though as if Alter Ego Esports are going to wrap it up pretty sooner than what we had imagined, because they pretty much know that EYX is going to be the last person alive, and he's not having a lot of health as well, just about 10 HP. And I think he's going to be met upon by ZXE. He's trying to spam his block out there to no avail, but let's see what we have in store today, because he is literally surrounded right now. EYX could not go either ways, and Sukamoto is going to clean it up, as we are going to go on to the 17th round of this game, while Alter Ego Esports are at match point. This is actually the first time we're going to see a scoreline like this,
Actually,
especially in the top 8. In the top 8.
Well, yeah, truly. But I do believe Alter Ego Esports, the previous game they played in Train, it was a 16-2. Like they won 16 rounds in a row, while their enemies actually just got 2 rounds. So this is gonna be quite hard right now. Alter Ego Esports, they are playing this extremely well. And look at the amount of buys. AOES are very desperate. They just have a bunch of SMGs and a scout, and we see Frostmark, he is going to be getting a little bit low. Boogie is going a little bit aggressive. Look at that, he's not really changed his position ever since he switched sides. He's still playing over at inner, and Boogie is going to be going for it. It looks like the B side is going to be quite free, and the 2 players from the side of AOES are going to be at connectors. They are rotating over to B right now, and they need to be careful, because Boogie is going to be the only person right there. But no, he is going to be able to get that kill onto Vision, and his teammates have come to his aid, and that is going to be Alessa finishing off the game by getting that kill onto EYX. And ladies and gentlemen, congratulations for the Alter Ego Esports. They played that. They just wiped them out.
It was the typical Alter Ego Esports match in a train map, I would say, because that's how they have been playing. The last time, like you said, they had a scoreline of 16-2, and this time it's a 16-1, and probably the next game they could probably if
16-0. Okay,
it's gonna be a train, their challenge could be a 16-0 or something like that, trying to better their own scores or something like that. That could probably be the case for them, as we are going to see Alter Ego Esports moving on to the next round. And it's quite sad that AOES had come till this point of time and they had to bow down in this fashion, because some kind of a fight or something would have been pretty good coming out there from their side. But I really don't blame them, and I don't want to take anything away from Alter Ego Esports as well, because they had played an impeccable game. Their rotations and their aggressive style was really helping them out, especially in this map of Train. And I think they have, I mean, we have a lot to look forward to from them in the upcoming matches, because from now on, this is going to be a BO3 style, and we can see a lot of maps from Alter Ego Esports. And I'd really like to know how they are going to play the other maps as well, because till we have been streaming the games, we've just seen
We've just
Train,
seen
Train,
Train.
Train all along. So
Let's see if Alter Ego Esports are a one-trick pony or if they have a lot more in their arsenal, because things are looking to be very spicy right here, and we are going to be seeing if Alter Ego Esports are going to be proceeding to the finals, because the next round, as you said, is going to be a best of three, and a lot more maps are going to be coming. So let's see if Train is the only thing they specialize in, or if they have a trump or a ace in the hole or something like that. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna be seeing one more game of CS:GO, not just one more game, a
we'll be
series
actually
of
seeing
CS:GO.
we'll actually be seeing two more games today, and both of them will be the best of threes, and they happen to be the winner bracket as well as the the lower bracket finals as well. So that's something which I'm really intrigued to see who are going to be the winners out there, because we're going to see the top four teams out here, and we'll be deciding. I mean, we'll actually be figuring out who will be the finalists by the end of today. And without any further ado, we'll be leaving you with the highlights, just in case if you guys had missed this game. And on the other side, we'll be reaching back to you after a short commercial break with the next game of today's stream.
I want to get a brain.
am tired of this stock AK, man. But it still does the job though, right? Yes, I know. But I want to look cool, you know? Why don't you just go to Playtonia.com, man? Play what?
Breakthrough.